Greetings, everyone. DFG here, Gideon's Flight. Hey, guys. How many of you guys saw the Army-Navy game this weekend? Probably none of you. If you're in my audience, I doubt very seriously if any of you guys saw the game. But, if you did see the game or did not see the game, you missed, or you may have seen, Army and Navy cadets throwing the white power signal. You'll see that, by several different cadets at that game. And I bring this to your attention. Not only are these supposed to be soldiers who are sworn, to protect, the citizens of the United States of America, but more importantly, these are the officers. When you look at, West Point, these military academies, those academies are where you get your officers from. When they leave those academies, they leave as commissioned officers. So now you have white supremacists, which we know they're there. First of all, let me be clear. I don't want to come across as naive in any kind of way. But when you hear them, coming after Hebrew Israelites like last week with the New Jersey shooting, and somehow, want to attach, racism and bigotry, and cling, attach that to our name, then you see the bullshit that's going on here. Because it's just another diversionary tactic. You know what I'm saying? Throw shade, on our people to cover the true bigots and racists, obviously, are, these so-called, well, they're not so-called, but yes, I'll use the word so-called white supremacists. But they are just a bunch of, greedy, filthy, bigoted dogs. But I wanted to bring that, up and bring that, to everyone's attention because, constantly we get accused, many of us, of being racist or in reverse or, or even being called racist because we're calling out racists or racist. And, I'm going to leave the link, in the description box of this video, and you're going to see it. And not only will you see these cadets again flashing the white supremacist sign, but here's what's even more interesting. There's no way that those cadets knew that camera would be scanning on them in particular. They knew the cameras would be scanning. So for the camera to catch those cadets giving that signal, you know what that really says, guys, ladies? That all of them were complicit. On both sides, all of the Navy cadets, all the Army cadets were complicit because they had no idea who or what area those cameras would scan, but they knew those cameras would scan. And they had already made a pact that wherever those cameras scan, to signal their white supremacist brethren throughout the United States that it's safe to come and join the military because that's where they'll cultivate you for upcoming, race war, more than likely, here in the United States. Now, that's my opinion, and that's an educated opinion. I want you to just step back, think critically about this. How in the hell would those cadets know whether they had probably, I want to say, 70,000 people there, and probably 90% of them soldiers, Army or Navy. So there's no way that little 4 or 5 group who, as soon as that camera scanned on them, they were throwing the signs on each other's shoulders and, just putting it in their laps. Oh, there's no way they would have known. And if they did know, then your producers, your media, your major television people are complicit. If those soldiers knew where that camera would be, that means that the producers would have had to know as well. And I'll give the producers the benefit of the doubt. But again, who's to say? But I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But it had to be either or. And I would say more than likely, all 70,000, whatever number that was in that stadium, were all complicit. At least all of the white ones. I'm sure the black ones, they're probably so happy to be walking around with those uniforms, feeling like somehow or another, America loves them. But we heard, if you remember last year, they had the situation. I want to say it was in South Carolina. Which one was in South Carolina? The Citadel. And remember, they had racist stuff they put up on the boards outside of these black cadets' rooms, and the lieutenant colonel or lieutenant general, I think, made this big old speech about it's not tolerated, Yeah, you made that speech a year and a half ago, and just 2 days ago, all of your little junior bigots ready, ramped up, and and already demonstrating, what their parents taught them. And I want to make that perfectly clear as well, because you hear a lot of these people, oh, that's the past, and why you keep bringing up the past? Okay, these were 18, 19, 20-year-old, 21-year-old cadets. Who taught them this shit? Who encouraged them to take on not only officer roles, because these are probably from well-off families, highly so-called educated families, at least propagandalized, American families. Well, who taught them? Where did they get that from? There's nothing new under the sun, as one of our forefathers, Solomon said in Ecclesiastics. He said there's nothing new under the sun. What was is. And if you, again, when you get a chance, you check out the link. It's on Bing, B-I-G-N. But I'm going to put that link in here. And go look at it for yourself. There's even video, and you'll see them doing it. And again, I want you to think about this. How would they have known where that camera would scan unless all of them or the majority of them were complicit? And who were they signaling? They were signaling somebody. They were signaling the audience all over America. All these wreaths, 70 people putting wreaths on the grave sites in Arlington, and all of these, people, we love our soldiers, and thank you for your loyalty, and thank you for your commitment, and all that stuff you hear all the time. And I'm going to tell any of you, don't come talk no shit to me about nothing, because I have a son that's in the United States Navy, going on, I think, his 7th year. And my other sons have served this country. So I don't want to hear your shit about me being anti, government or anti-military. I don't want to hear no shit like that from you. I have 3 sons, and all 3 of them have put their lives on the line. One of them still putting his life on the line in the United States Navy. He's not at the academy. He's out on the oceans, doing his job. So I don't want to hear that shit from you. It is what it is. And you all saw it. And if you haven't seen it, when you click onto that link, watch it and then share it. Because we need to know, guys, what's coming. And you've heard me say it more times. And it's a conspiracy theory. They're just stirring people up. Why are you focused on that? They're just trying to play the race against you. Trying to play the race against each other. When you got young white cadets giving the white supremacist signal on national television. On a nationally televised game. The only nationally televised game, I might add, this past weekend. Because all the other college seasons are over with except for those in the playoffs. And that starts next weekend. They knew exactly what they were doing. And they knew exactly who they were signaling. And we also, those of us who they were signaling against, the non-whites, as I said before, you better open up your eyes. You better protect yourself. You better be ready to go at a moment's notice. Because when the shit hits the fan, they're going to come. I'm telling you guys, their history, their behavior, and their history starts with us. Talking about so-called blacks and Hispanics. And if there was ever time for us to unite, not to go do something to them, but to unite just in case they have some plans to try to catch us unaware. We need to be ready, is what I'm saying. Now, you heard me quote the scripture from our brother Joshua. He said, y'all can do what y'all want to do. Joshua 24:14, I want to say. He said, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do, but as me and my house, he says we're going to serve Yah, but what he's really saying, we're going to stay prepared. And I hope you plan to do the same. Because Yahweh be my witness. Elohim, continue to walk inside of me through his ruach. I am going to be ready, and I'm going to continue to inform you and educate you so that you'll be ready too. Okay? But they're there, guys. And they're locked and loaded. And they're waiting for their white supremacist signals. Again, you'll see that little sign they make. I think it's like this, if you can see that. You'll see them. Let's see if I can get this hand. Similar to that, if that makes sense to you. All right? But, again, just some information. Be prepared. Love you guys. DFG. Talk to you soon. Check out the link below. Bye now.